birthday! Thank you for spending and supporting the Labour Party. My two sons made me a little card on a computer. They know how to use it better than I do. Thanks guys, I love you both. And I guess that's why we are all here. Because we love our kids. And we work hard. We all work hard to do the right thing by them. We know that it's getting harder and harder for our people to do the right thing by their children. They're working 2 or 3 jobs just to put food on the table, and they're not getting time with those beautiful kids. The dads among you will probably agree that you never fully understand the love of a parent until you become one yourself. My dad had a profound impact on me. I can feel him here now. He taught me values of fairness, of dignity and respect. He was a minister in the Anglican Church. I'm a PK in the Waikato and in South Canterbury. And he and my mum both worked really hard. We did it tough at times because he was ill for much of my teenage years, but nothing like as tough as you guys are doing under this current national government. So I left my boys at home this afternoon to come here and bring Father's Day greetings and a Father's Day present to you and your children, because I want to give you back to your families. I want to make sure that every one of us can earn a decent living wage. And we are going to, yes. To lead the way by making it compulsory across the government and have a timetable to extend it to all contractors. Just 2 weeks ago I had a meeting here in South Auckland with a bunch of taxi drivers. They queued 6 hours a time at our airport to pick up one fare. They work 14 hours a day, 6 days a week, for an average of $4.50 an hour. They need a living wage. For the Pacifica family in Kelston, I helped find a state house. Dad lost his job in Penrose when the manufacturing plant closed down. And he moved in with his brother and their family. He had 5 kids. They had 4. That made 13 of them in a 3-bedroom house in Kelston. They needed a living wage. What do we want? We want national gone. When we want it right now. Cleaners, many of them, like the Enderman twins. Members of my own union, the Service and the Food Workers Union. Go the Servos! Cleaners in Parliament, the biggest house in the land, earning $14.10 an hour. They need a living wage. Cleaners get beaten down every time the contract changes hands. And in the latest appalling Employment Relations Act changes, the government's going to take away the protection if there are less than 20 employees in a company. Shame. Shame. They want to give the bosses the right to walk away from negotiations with you without concluding an agreement. And if that's not bad enough, they're going to take away by law your smoko breaks and your lunch breaks. What do we want? National God. When do we want it? Now. Under a Labour government that I will lead, that legislative rubbish will be gone by lunchtime. That's right. We are going to repeal the entire Employment Relations Bill and all the other anti-worker draconian laws within our first 100 days as government. No more right to fire at will without even a decent explanation. No more undermining the rights of unions, who at the end of the day play a hugely positive role strike, and no more selling your precious Christmas holidays. No more removing from employers the obligation to settle or wrecking the ability of unions to fight on your behalf. The employment relationship is not equal. It's never been equal. And therefore, we must have strong protections for workers in our law. Labour will have fair industrial relations laws starting with industry standards agreements in the first 100 days as government. That is not all John Key has done. You know, John Key and his mate Paul Bennett climbed the ladder. He grew up in a state house, he says, but now he won't let state houses into his own electorate in Hobsonville. Shame. Shame. And you've got to give credit to Paul Bennett. She got an education through the training incentive allowance. Then what did she do? She scrapped it so other solo mums like her can't get one. Shame. That's different with Labour people. Our family's done well. Karen and I were kids from pretty modest backgrounds and we worked hard and we did okay. We haven't faced some of the challenges that some of you have faced. But Labour people are different. When we climb the ladder, we want everybody to have the chance, not pull up the ladder. Government, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer and the middle gets squeezed. It's called trickle-down economics and it doesn't work. It's never worked and it's not going to be allowed. Out of that, John Key, I've got 3 words for you. GFC. Hasta la vista. See you later. Under Labour, we've got fresh ideas. What we now need is the right leadership to take us forward, get us elected so that everybody in New Zealand will get a fair and decent workplace and a fair chance at life. You know, there's an even deeper story to tell here in South Auckland. It's about why every Kiwi kid should have a best start this Father's Day. Because for me, Labour values are actually rooted in the idea that all of us have equal moral worth. We are all worth the same. It doesn't matter what the colour of our skin. It doesn't matter where our parents come from. It does not matter the size of our parents' wallets. We are all worth the same. Yeah. Last time I ran for leadership, I was very proud to have the Honourable Nanaia Mahuta as my running mate, and I want to recognise her and the work that she did, and recognise that our new constitution means that the caucus chooses the deputy leader. I want to recognise our wonderful South Auckland MPs, and because I'm running out of time, I won't name them all. I want to say that as a Westie MP, 4 out of 10 of my constituents weren't born in New Zealand. Right? It's a bit like down south. So you don't need to convince me about the importance of having a diverse, multicultural future. We're going to honour the Treaty of Waitangi, but we're going to build on that some excitement around the cultures and flavours and beats of modern New Zealand. And whether it is Eid or Diwali, Chinese New Year or the Christmas break, we're going to hold our heads up proudly and say, modern New Zealand is a diverse, wonderful, unique, multicultural Pacific fusion. Is going to end the speech very soon. We're going to encourage the arts and culture. We're going to do a whole lot of other things that I look forward to talking to you about tonight when you come to the Western Springs meeting to hear the